All right, we are recording. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate y'all jumping on. If you've got some team members that you don't see on here just yet, send them a real quick message on Messenger or text message and tell them that they need this worse than you do. So, we'll give everybody a second to do that. It is May 14th. We are 134 days down in this year with 231 remaining. So that is not too many. We have already put a big dent in this year. It's going to be June before you know it. We are at the halfway point of this month, and a lot of neat things are getting ready to go down. There's cycles that happen throughout your business in network marketing. There's a lot of thoughts, and there's a lot of cliches. There's a lot of interesting theories. A lot of people say that you can't build a business in December. A lot of people say that summertime, everybody is, doing this, that, and the other, and they got trips and things like that. So, the business slows down. I want all of y'all to know, for somebody that's been doing this for a very long time, that's all a bunch of BS. Okay. So your business is what you make of it. People are going to need this product year round. It's not like they decide they're not going to take it in the summertime or they're not going to take it at Christmas time. It is all in your mindset, and it's all what you make of it. I've had some of my biggest months in the dead of winter and in summertime as well. So if you hear any of that, just look at them, smile, and say, yep, that's interesting that sort of thing happens to people like you. And then they'll scratch their head as you walk off and try to figure out if that was a compliment or if you were talking trash to them. So it's fun. But what actually happens is you are constantly in different flux where you're seeing different people. And that's one of the great things about summertime, is that it's going to shift people's times. It's going to change their routines for a lot of people. A lot of people graduating, a lot of people going to be home from the summer. If you got kids, changing up routines, different sports, it's a new batch of people you get to run into. And so look for those opportunities wherever they may lie. This is a time I like when things get changed up, because it's going to mean another explosion in the business and another group of new people coming in that we're going to run into. So definitely consider that when the summer is coming up. A couple things I want to talk about first. First one is the regional event. Now, I know that we've got a global audience here, but I also know that we've got a good concentration of folks that are on this audience going to be in the Houston area this weekend, and we're going to have our regional training event. So make sure that you are plugged into that. I'll actually post that out on the Power Hour channel. There is a flyer for the details about that on how you can get your tickets. So you need to purchase your tickets. They're $25 if you get them early, $35 if you get them at the door. We're going to have 6 straight hours of training. So that's 6 power hours plugged in all at once, basically. So we're going to have some really good information. We're going to be able to go a whole lot deeper into some topics, and we're going to be able to talk about a lot of topics that we don't talk about here because this is more geared for people that are just getting started, and we'll have a little bit of a broader scope on the training. We've got Mr. Brad Parkhill, top producing Blue Diamond in the company. He's got a lot of volume that goes through his organization. He overrides Australia. He overrides a lot of Canada as well. So this is definitely, if you're in the Houston area, make sure you get your tickets for that. And again, I'll post that out. Other thing is, we are getting close to time for homecoming. We are less than 1 month away. Kind of snuck up on everybody, but it is here. Now is the time for you to go out there and get your tickets if you have not yet got those. There's a lot of people that are buying blocks of these tickets, so you can get them for $99. If there's a bunch of you that are interested and you can get 10 people pulled together, I'd be happy to purchase those and collect the money as a center point for that. I just need to get everybody that's interested in something like that to let me know if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, and we can go in together. And I've already got mine and a whole lot of others, but I will be happy to help out and facilitate that to make sure that we nail down the $99 price so that you can save people money. Money saved is money earned. So big fan of that. So if anybody needs that, let me know. If we get enough people, then it'll make sense to go out and get a batch of those tickets. Okay, so enough on that. Next thing up is for the new folks that we have here. Already spanned into 2 pages and seeing some new faces, so that is wonderful. Seeing some veterans on here as well, so appreciate you all jumping on. But as we always do, we open up Power Hour to questions in the beginning. So if you've got any questions, some things that you've been holding on to since Mr. Spencer Wynn did his training on Saturday, and you've got some questions that you want to run by, now is the time. Go ahead and unmute your line and feel free to ask any question regarding the business, anything that you've run into, anything that you want clarified, how to do this situation better, any of those types of things. Feel free to open it up and ask away. Any questions from anybody first off? Van, be careful. That looks hot, man. Van's in there multitasking, man. That's what I like right there. People making excuses. I can't get on Power Hour. I had to iron my shirt for tomorrow. Van takes care of it right here while he's watching it, man. I love that. I love that. Good job. Good job. All right, no question. Oh, we got a comment. Let's see if that is a question. No. Okay. All right. Well, if you got any questions, feel free to unmute your line and ask away. A couple things that I want to talk about. I wrote down some different, just kind of some short little things that I want to go through with people. But when you first get started in the business, and again, make no mistake about this, please, 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 if you haven't first gotten your mindset on this, make sure you've got your head straight that this is a business. This isn't something that you got to go in and you're going to have some boss that's going to be checking on you and making sure you clock in and clock out. The easiest way for you to know how your business is going is to look at your numbers, to follow up on your numbers. All right. Now, there's some different numbers that give you different pieces of information. Some people have, maybe you don't have any volume yet in your organization. That doesn't mean you're not working. That's the epitome of being a business owner. You don't have instant gratification in business. You don't have instantaneous, I'm going to get a check for putting my efforts in. So many people will come into this thing, say, I've been working my butt off and I haven't made any money yet. And some people are shocked about that. And if you are, it's probably because you've never been in a business for yourself before. It's a lot different. And that's why there's so many people that are that are employed by others, is that they can't handle that. They cannot handle the doing the work and not getting paid right away. They think that I did this, I need to make money right now. That's not how it works. It works when the total value is being presented and it goes all the way through. And when it does, you get paid a lot. In fact, you're going to make more than the work that you're going to do long term in this thing. And I absolutely feel that. It's a mentor of mine in my previous company. He actually explained it to David Daniel and I one night, one of our first presentations that we gave. And we were terrible, by the way, when we got up there. But afterwards, he said, how's y'all's business going? I said, man, I'd be honest with you. I feel like I'm getting a lot of stuff done, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of the income just yet, but I know it's coming. And that was just kind of a statement that I made. And he said, yeah, he said, this business is it's work, get paid. 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 Get paid, get paid. Work. Get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, work. Paid, work. Paid, work. Paid, and don't work anymore. And that's how it goes. It does not start off with work, get paid, unbelievable sums of money right up front for the first thing that I just did. It's about building something that will allow that to happen. It's very rare that you can go out and do the work one time and keep getting paid. I hope y'all understand how special and fascinating that statement truly is. Doing the work and to continue to get paid well beyond the work that you had done. You get one customer in this business, you have a huge, huge chance of that customer remaining with you for an extremely long time, that they keep sending you money. They keep paying for the product that you introduced them to. And you spent a couple times, maybe, you asked them some questions, you built rapport with them, you piqued their interest when they told you that, they're dealing with this, that, and the other. And you say, hey, did you want to fix that, or do you just want to keep dealing with it? No, I want to fix it. What do you got? I got this thing on Wellness Simplified. I want to share it with you. I think you'll resonate with this topic. And by you doing that, if you call that work, then I'm sorry, you haven't done a whole lot of manual labor in your life. I grew up doing a lot of manual labor. And so I guess that's one of the reasons why I love this so much, because I remember working out in my parents' shop. I remember sanding boards. I remember getting carpal tunnel syndrome when I was 10 years old from sanding so many damn boards. I remember all the work doing growing up. So when I look at this, I get frustrated just like everybody else does. But then I have a little moment. I go, you know what, I just got to get this done one time. And it keeps on going. And for them to just keep paying you and keep paying you and keep paying you and keep paying you. I mean, you remember when maybe you've mowed lawns before and you go mow a lawn and maybe you make, I know our guy probably makes, I think it's, I don't pay the guy. My wife takes care of that. I think it's $25 to $35 when he comes out and mows the lawn. He's got to come out every 2 weeks and mow that lawn every single time. And if he doesn't, I do not put a check out for him to be able to go cash that. And in this business, you go help somebody on the triangle of health one time and do the work on getting them into Wellness Simplified and open your mouth and get out of that comfort zone that we're all in and go out and help somebody else. And you do that, you're going to make 15, 20, 25 bucks every month off of the efforts that you did one time. Maybe you need to have a talk with your lawnmower guy. Maybe you need to see if he's got his options open to earn an additional income where he doesn't have to keep doing that. Maybe they're looking for something. You never know. You don't know until you ask where it hurts. So anyway, just a couple little thoughts that hit me on that. Product knowledge. Product knowledge does not help your performance in this business. I want everybody to take that note. I know a couple people looked up and said, did he just say what I think he said? He did. He said, product knowledge does not help your performance, your direct performance. In fact, I would suggest that it hinders your direct performance. Do you need to know about these products? Absolutely. Do you need to, but this, when people hear that, they tune out the second part. This is the most important part. You don't need it for your people, for your direct prospects, the people that are on your list. Remember, you make your why in this business. Why'd you get started? And then you make your list of 20 people. For those people, the people that you're going to put in your direct, that you're working on, your prospects, you having product knowledge is not going to help them get in this thing. It's not going to help your performance with them. Now, when some of those people decide to join your business, let's say you get a 15% of your 20 people there that decide to join the business, and you go through all the steps and they're interested in the business side, and you get your 3 people in. And each of those 3 people are going to have their list. And the second guy's going to have their list. And the third lady's going to have their list. That's 60 people there. That's when you need product knowledge. That's when you want to be able to have that product knowledge. That's when you want to start becoming an authority. But in the beginning, no, you do not need that. When people come into your business, if you don't set them straight on that, you're doing them a disservice. They want to come in. They want to learn about all this stuff. Look, is that knowledge good? Yes, but it's not for what we're trying to do. If they're only interested in the product, knowing some of this stuff, will it help? Yeah. But here's the deal, just enough to wet the whistle so that they'll go over there and look at the authority figure, the proof, and you ain't the proof. Unless you got a PhD in chemistry or you got a PhD in nutrition, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're wasting time that you could have been reaching out to 10 more people in the time that you sat there trying to give your PhD to this person that's on your direct list. They know you. They know you didn't go to school for this. Even if you did, they still ain't going to listen to you. Why? Because they've seen all the dumb things you've done in your life. They're going to remember that first. Facts are, they were probably out there doing the dumb things with you, and that's why they can't look at you seriously. You're their friend. They trust you because you didn't rat them out when y'all went and did the dumb stuff. But here's the deal. You don't have the PhD in it. Let somebody else do that part for you. Let them be the proof. Another thing that I wrote down, and I just had I had like 15 things that I wrote down, just some random thoughts that came through that I'm going to throw in. The other thing, another thing is being able to handle disappointments. I am seriously, absolutely fascinated with how easy people give up in business. It blows my mind. If you had any idea for those people that decide to jump, if they had any idea what really starting a real business, let me tell you what a real business is. It's where you go out, you got to have a brick and mortar location of some sort. You got to sign a lease or you got to buy some property so that you can actually do whatever it is you're going to do there. You got to come up with something you're going to sell. So you got to come up with product development or some type of service. Then you got to be able to do it better than anybody else, or why the hell would they come to you? Then you got to incorporate, or you got to come up with some way to be able to protect yourself from the litigious society that we live in, where everybody wants to sue everybody for everything, you have to be able to have paperwork that you're going to be able to deal with. You're probably going to need some employees to be able to help you with whatever it is you're doing. Or you might be one of the 50% of people that go out and start the business on their own, work themselves 40, probably 80 to 120 hours a week on their own business trying to get it started. No sleep, so much stress, not being able to go out and do anything because you don't have any money for one, and second, you don't have any time, and all you do is think about your business. Have to go out and be able to come up with accounts receivable, all the accounting stuff. You got to be able to have a checking account. You got to, all the things that go in, and you haven't even gotten a customer yet. This is just to think about getting the business started. And people are fascinated on how do most businesses fail. 95% of them fail in their first 5 years. Because when you get through all of that stuff, you're just getting warmed up, Bubba. That's all there is to it. You haven't even gotten to the hard stuff. And then you come around and you see some people that are going to come start their own business here. And they're going to pop down, 600 to, let's call it $1,500 max, crazy, all in, nutso, getting your business started. Folks, that's like the amount of money it costs to get like a seventh of the website created for a regular business. All right. And after they do that, then they go out and somebody goes, boo. One person goes, I don't think I really felt anything after 3 days. And I didn't take it right either. And they go, I'm out. I can't do this. This doesn't work. I sit there and I look at that and I go, you are cute and adorable. You are going to be employed forever. There's going to be something that I'm going to need that you're probably going to be able to do for me for the rest of your lives. God bless you. They're not cut out for it. They have no clue what it takes to do that. They have these great hopes and dreams and aspirations, and they have no basis in reality of what it's going to take to be able to do that. And then this type of business comes around where all of that stuff that I mentioned on what you got to do to be able to get started is gone. You have none of that you have to deal with. You can go out and speak to somebody right now, and literally in 5 minutes, they are in business and partnered with one of the greatest companies on planet Earth, with some of the greatest partners on planet Earth, with some of the greatest logistics. I mean, think about what goes into the blueberry juice, folks. I mean, somebody had to pick that damn blueberry somewhere. Think of the logistics that goes into just making sure there's enough of all that to make this thing all work. I mean, just some perspective for some people sometimes. It's insane what they have. And you get to partner with that for $600. You get to be able to go out and make what your lawnmower guy's making on every yard by simply saying, here, try this. What's in it? I don't know. I got a guy. Let me put you on with him. That's your business. And people drop out because they can't handle disappointment. Give me a break. So stop begging people, by the way. When people start whining, give them a moment to get it all out. Maybe they're just having a bad day and they're just venting. But when they're done with that, say, hey, you serious about that, or you really want out? Because I ain't going to talk you out of it. If you want out, I'll show you the door. I'll help you pack and everything. Because you don't want those people with you in a foxhole, I promise you. Brian is having a blast tonight. I have tapped into my inner Brian Pinso tonight. Don't beg them. In fact, encourage them to go ahead and mosey on down the road. And if that sounds harsh, I'm cool with that. This is business. People have no clue what goes into a business. You got it so nice with what we've got going on here. Obstacles. People don't have a clue how to overcome obstacles. I think it's because we gave out too many trophies the last generation. I honestly do. So if your kid's playing on a sports team and they don't keep score, you keep score and you let them know what it was when y'all finish up the score. That's Casey's opinion on sports scoring. Because people do not know how to handle disappointment. They don't know how to handle objections. They don't know how to handle disappointment and overcoming obstacles. They just don't. So here's what's happening when we're doing this business. We're looking for two very simple things. We're looking for people that want to be our customer, people that have a need, and we bring value to them, tremendous, unbelievable value to them. We're looking for some of those people, and they will thank you for it. They will appreciate you for it, and they're going to be your loyal customer for a very, very long time. I can say without a doubt that everybody on this thing right now, let me go ahead and say probably 80%, because we got some new folks and I don't know you guys yet. So I'm gonna be conservative, but 80% of the people that are on this thing right now, I don't see them ever stopping being a customer, because I know personally what the product has done for you or somebody that you know. You're not stopping. And that right there makes this the most successful business you're ever going to come into contact with. The other thing that we do is we find other business partners. Think about, you have this great new idea on some new business that you want to get started. You go through all the steps that I mentioned, and maybe you have a great idea. I'm not saying don't go do business. I've got my own business. I'm looking to have other businesses. I always will. It's how my mind works, and I won't ever stop. I want to keep adding value, and I want to be the best in my space. That's how I am, and that's how I always will be. So I'm not saying I just know all the extra stuff that goes into that. I better have something really unique. I better have something really, really special, or I better be really, really good at what I do that I can quickly make a big impact there. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time. That's how I personally look at it for where I'm putting my time. And I've turned down some deals here just in the last couple of days that, yeah, I could probably make a lot of money at that, but it would take away the effort that I want to spend brain power wise and keep it in this, because that isn't a space that I own, in a space that I'm going to be the best at right now. And so I'm focused on where I want to focus. But you're looking for business partners. So maybe you come up with an idea and you decide that you're going to partner up with somebody. The person that you're going to partner up with, let's say that person comes up to you and is a really good friend of yours, but it's a real good friend, and you say, you know what, I got a great idea. This is going to be unbelievable. This new widget I got, we're going to be able to sell this, and it's going to be this part that everybody needs. It's going to be awesome. I got this great concept on how we're going to get it out to everybody. I got manufacturing covered. I got all this stuff. I am good. I would like for you to partner up with me. And they come to you and they say, okay, sounds good. I'm definitely up for doing that. Now, I don't have to put any money up, do I? Does it cost any money? Well, yeah, we're opening a business, so it's gonna cost some. Oh, I'm not up for doing that sort of thing. Can I just come work for you? Is that okay? Can I just punch a clock for you? Can I do that? It's kind of weird, right? That's a weird thing that I'm saying right here. Some of you are out there with other people that you're reaching out to on the business front, and you're begging them, please, please, please join me. You don't bring any skills. You don't bring any money. You don't bring anything to the damn table, but I would love to have you in my business. Why? Because you're not treating it like a business. You're treating it like a hobby. You're treating it like a softball league where you want that guy. Maybe he might hit 1 out of 5 and you want to bring him on just, we need a 5th person. Why don't you just come join us? I mean, what the heck? I don't know. I don't know if that's the mentality that comes into it. But folks, if they ain't bringing nothing to the table, if you look at them and you size them up, and don't do it just based on appearance, but do it based on what you know about a person, see what they bring, ask some questions. And if they don't bring nothing to the table, move on. Stop wasting time with those people. Some of y'all get a hold of one of them and you're like a pit bull with a bone, man. You won't let them go. You're like, they're going to get my business or else. Well, it's probably going to be or else. You don't want them in there. So make sure you're finding the people that are bringing something to the table. Make sure that they can produce solutions. Make sure that they've got a mindset of winning. If they have a mindset of losing, if they have a mindset of always finding the absolute, now I'm all for being practical, pointing out what's up, but when they hear truth to it and they keep beating up on it just because they're broken in their head, that ain't who you're looking for. Skepticism, I'm all about. I love it. Bring it. Let's have a discussion. Get them on the phone with me. Let's go. But when I get done with all of that, folks, we've had so much growth here just in the last couple of weeks out of other business owners that see this thing. And those are the people that I spend the least amount of time on the phone with. I mean, I'm talking 8, 9, 10 minutes. And by the time I get done telling them about what they do, they go, well, hot damn, that sounds good. I'm all in. Yeah, let's do this. And they're in. That was it. That was the 9 minutes. That's all I spent with them. I was the guy at the end. Now, there was other stuff that happened before, but for my part, they didn't need to see a presentation. They just heard what this was. They heard the system, and they're like, let's go. Why? Because they get it. They understand business. They understand what it takes to start a business. They understand that they ain't got time to do all that stuff. You want the people that don't have time. People tell me I don't have time. Cool. I've been looking for you for about a week and a half. Let's talk. I ain't got time to talk. Yes, you do. This is important. Who put you on the phone with me wouldn't do that if it wasn't important. So what you want to do is you want to start looking for the right type of people, not the people that need this. I'll be honest with you, those probably ain't the people. Those are good customers. They need the product, get them the product. They need the business. I'm going to just be straight up with you. Maybe not where you need to be looking. Try everybody. Don't get me wrong. But some of y'all are fishing, and I said it before, instead of, you want to catch blue marlin, you go out to the Great Barrier Reef, man. You go out into the big blue water. You don't go into the little muddy pond in the back there that's got one blind crawfish in it. You guys are all hunting for that one blind crawfish. You're using some damn good bait too, but yeah, you're fishing in the wrong pond. So look at your list. And again, let me be crystal clear on this. We say don't prejudge anybody. Don't put everybody on the list. Get to everybody. But some of y'all do some categorization, and you're lying to me if you say you're not. But you're categorizing people, and you're focusing down there on the 2s and the 3s on a scale of 1 to 10. Focus on those 6, those 7s, those 8s, those 9s. Give a 10 a shot too. What the hell? We'll see. But usually the 10s are successful and satisfied. But even those people, reach out to them too, because you know what those people want to do? They want to actually go out and make some significance. They want to make a difference. They're in that significance part now. They got all the time. They got all the money. They don't have to go chasing that anymore. They're trying to find a way to give it back, give them an opportunity. Remember when I say there's 5 things we check them on to see where it hurts. It might be hurting on the charitable contribution side. They might be ready to start giving back some more. They want to spend more time doing that sort of thing. And they see this business and they say, man, this is a pretty neat thing. I can actually bring my value, bring my knowledge of business and bring it to bear on this and share this out with people and then help feed starving families while we're helping people get more healthy. Sign me up in 8 minutes. That's a powerful thing. Mr. Scooter, you got a hand up in the air.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to expand a little bit on what you told. I mean, I am loving this. I mean, being a business builder of my entire life, it's everything you're telling them is dead on. But what I want them to understand is a lot of these guys are chasing the 2s and 3s because that's their comfort level of communication. They want to communicate with people that they are comfortable with because they're just going to blow them off. So they won't ask them any questions that they can't answer. Or they put them in a position where they're uncomfortable. The communication skills that to build any business, I don't care if you're selling toothpicks, cockroaches, concrete, or Kayani. It does not make any difference. Your communication ability, which is based upon your ears, not your mouth, because they will tell you what it is they're looking for and how you can service them if you listen to them. So you're right. These guys are chasing 2s and 3s. Drop the 2s and 3s. If they don't see this in a matter of 1 or 2 exposures, I know it says 5 to 12. Typically for your 2s and 3s, you're exactly right. But the people that these guys need to be looking to sponsor are 2 exposures, sometimes 1, maybe 3, because they're going after the wrong targeted people. They're going after the people that they are comfortable communicating with. And you got to get out of that.
Yep.
You have to get out of that. If you want to be successful in any business, you got to start pushing yourself beyond your what you think your capabilities are and get out there and get in the trenches. Get your ass kicked because you're going to.
Yes.
But be willing to communicate with the people that you need to be communicating.
Love it.
Just my 2 cents.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you for that. I appreciate you adding on. I truly mean that. And what you just said there at the end takes me to the next point is how many no's have you gotten in the last 7 days? As he so eloquently stated, how long has it been since you got your ass kicked in the business? Seriously, get out there and fail faster. And it's not even failure. It's finding out that didn't work. Okay, who cares? Next. Go to the next person. But you are going to have obstacles. You're not going to have everybody say, yeah, that's just how it is. What's so cool about what we do and the way we do it, you will run into more no's in this business than any other business that you're going to run into. Promise you that. Promise you that. You get a regular salesperson and they see this, they go, this is cheating. It is. It really is. The product is that good. The opportunity that we have. I want to talk a little bit about the opportunity side. Folks, the average, and I say this in all my inoculation talks to people, the average payout from most companies is 10 to 15% to the entire field on what comes in. Folks, 55%. Previous company was 10, 12, sometimes 14 or 15%, depending on if there's a really special promotion going on. But it was typically around 10. I saw a little quote. One of the guys was on Facebook that I used to be with in the other company, and it said, this company is going to pay out over $100 million in commission. It's $1 billion company, and it's paying out $100 million in commission. Folks, we would be paying out $550 million when we hit $1 billion. That's what this company's going to pay out. Just let that add up and know what's out there. Holy smokes. You got to build 2 legs. 2. That's it. To a position until you get to a position called Blue Diamond, where on average you're earning $25,000 a month, and all you got to have in that leg is less than a sapphire in your 3rd leg after your Blue Diamond. After diamond, then blue. 2 legs. Folks, what we have, I have this sense that everybody just kind of feel like, man, I'm just grinding it out. Now, folks, get excited. Get fired up. Put a different pair of glasses on and look at what you have. Just sitting here, you're already in. You've already got half of it already figured out. The fact that you come to Power Hour means you got a whole lot more figured out than a normal person. Man, take this thing and run with it. Have the excitement. Be excited about what you have, not just whipped up, soapbox frenzy excitement just because, yay, I'm excited. No, be truly excited, truly understand what you've got your hands on, the lives we're impacting, the people we're helping, the money that's available. And it's so stinking easy with what we have. And understand you're in a business. Understand you're in a business. Understand that it's, there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that go sideways. It's going to happen. Why? Because it's human beings. It's human beings. Are you going to herd cats? Yes. But some of those cats are going to be lions. Some of those are going to be lions. So herd the cats until they turn into lions. Here's the other thing. In this business, you're not in the blueberry business, by the way. You are in the people business. If you want to build a business, you don't go out and build the business. Here's what you do. You go out and you build the people. Build your team. If you don't, Casey, I ain't got nobody on my team, then go get some people. Get some people that you like working with that bring something to the table. Follow our simple system. Well, Casey, I don't have any. Then go talk to some more people. That's all there is to it. You don't have any no's then. You don't have enough no's. If you don't have anybody on your team, plain and simple, and this sounds cliche, but it's just pure math, you haven't talked to enough people. That's all there is. Because here's what's cool about this business, and a lot of business and a lot of different adventures that people go on, a lot of different careers and things like that. You can't make up for skill in numbers. In this business, you can. Casey, I'm not as good as you at speaking and all. Good. You can still beat me. Promise you can beat me. You just got to go through more people. That's all there is. Go through enough people, and you are going to find the ones you're looking for. Increase your skills as you're doing it. But even if your skills don't improve, and I want them to, that's what this is all about, is improving skill. But even if they didn't, trying to make a point here, just go through with numbers. Get those people on your team and build those people. Get in the trenches with those people. If you have a team, if you've got 3 people, if you've made it to Jade, help your people that came on get to Jade. People say, Casey, I've gone through my entire list. If you haven't hit Jade, you haven't gone through your list yet. That's all there is to it, plain and simple. And if you've hit Jade, say, I'm running out of people. Okay, fair enough. then help the people that just came in. That's three more lists at least that you've got, maybe 4 new lists that you got. You got 4 new people on your team. You got 4 new lists. Are you helping your people? Help your people. That will build the business. How do you help them? You add value. You add value by making sure they're here on Power Hour. There's 35 people on here. Last week, we were in the 40s. You know what happened? Some of y'all did not hold your people accountable for being on here. Plain and simple. That's how you add value. You're a coach. You're their business coach. You're their business partner. If you're in business with somebody and you go out and you open up your own little, I don't know, mom and pop shop, whatever, and they're not holding up their end of the bargain, they were supposed to be there on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays to open the doors, and they didn't open the doors, and you're in business with them, are you going to let that slide? Are you going to call them up, go, dude, what the hell? We're in business together. I thought you were serious about this business. We got money involved here. We got a mission. We have we got the pretty little poster on the board that says what all of our mission stuff is. You're not here to open the doors? What happened? Why didn't you call? Why didn't you let me know what went down? Did you have that conversation with your people? I don't know. But check that and see. Check that and see. Another thing I wrote down. Instead of asking for a favor, and I'm okay asking for a favor, but I said this the other day, givers and takers. When you're asking for a favor, you're taking. Why don't you give a favor? Why don't you do someone a favor in your circle and introduce them to the greatest business on planet Earth, or introduce them to one of the greatest products on planet Earth? Again, you all know what it's done. Think about what it's done for you, and then I want you to go outside yourself for a second. And this is weird. The first time you do it, you don't think, you're just like, what do you mean go outside myself? Get outside your little circle of you and start thinking about the next person next to you, in your family, in your extended family, in your community, somebody that you work with, somebody that you go to church with, somebody that you go to school with, somebody that you ran into at the grocery store. Get outside of you and focus on that other person. Well, Casey, I got so much going on in my life. I've got this going on, this going on, this going on, this going on. I promise you, if you want to make all that stuff disappear from your worry, focus on somebody else. The moment you focus on somebody else, all your BS melts away. All whatever you're dealing with right now, if you are just having a terrible day, focus on somebody else. Find out how you can do them a favor. Tweak that little bit. It's a small change, but that little small change can make all the difference in the world. Don't ask for a favor. Do somebody a favor. Give. Don't take. Give. Have the mindset that you're giving every single time you're doing this, because you are. That'll also help some of you guys get out of a comfort zone issue that you got where you feel like you're taking from other people. Give to them. Do them a favor. Bring them value. Build a relationship with somebody. Build a relationship so you can get to a point where you can have a discussion with them that could literally change their life. If you haven't done that yet, do it for one person. Pick one person that's in your mind right now, write their name down, and reach out to them before you go to bed tonight. As Sarah says, be authentic with them. Somebody took some good landmark this weekend. It's funny when somebody goes to Landmark Forum, which is what Sarah went to, and quite a few of y'all on here have been, and quite a few of y'all are still looking into it. And if you're ever curious about that, grab me one-on-one or send me a note or call me, and I'll be very, very happy to explain to you what that is. But you'll notice once you get into it, and maybe do the advanced session as well, you'll start being able to pick out other people that have done it just based on some of the words that they'll use. I was in Las Vegas for my regular job for project management at the time, and there was a guy that was teaching the class, and it was a 3-day session that we were there, locked up in a conference room, really good stuff, getting a lot of good value out of it. And when it was all said and done, we were wrapped up, we were getting ready to leave from the event, and it was roundtable sessions, and he comes over, there's probably about, 80 of us in the room, and he comes over to our table, there's about 6 or 7, and he said, hey, how was everything? He knew I was leading the group there, so he was trying to, check and get some review. I said, everything was great. It was awesome. And I said, but before we get into that, when did you take the forum? Anybody that's taken the forum will know what the forum is, and y'all that don't are like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, that's how my table was. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? And the guy that was leading the whole thing looks at me and says, I took it back, and he took it like in the 90s. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then we started talking. We got done. People were like, what in the world were y'all talking about? I mean, it's like a whole nother language that people talk. It's so weird, but yeah, it's very, very powerful getting to that. So yeah. But anyway, yes, be authentic with people. Be authentic with being able to help them. Another thing that I had on here that I want to mention is a question that I get pretty often is, Casey, I've got a prospect. Do I lead with the business or do I lead with the product? Anybody ever have that question? Here's what I want to do. I want to reframe this for you. I don't want to say it's the wrong question, but I want to show it to you from a different perspective. I'm going to say, ask a better question. Find out what that person needs. Find out if that person needs a business, or find out if that person needs a product. Are you asking the right questions? Brian nailed it when he mentioned communication, and the best way to communicate with people, he said it as well, 2 ears, 1 mouth, use them in that ratio as the synopsis of what he was saying. Do that. Ask a question and then listen, and listen some more and listen some more. Ask some good questions. Ask about them. They will tell you. You don't have to do a whole lot to get somebody primed up to start talking about how their day's going, especially if they're having a bad day. If somebody's having a bad day, it's like all the filters just come down and they just tell you everything that's going on. And when they do, let them do that and think about them and do them a favor and a courtesy and listen to everything they say. Figure out and paint a picture on what's going on. Now, what happens is when they're talking, you're too busy thinking about what you're going to say next. Be comfortable with pauses. I just did it to y'all twice. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. Be cool with the pauses in the conversation. It causes the point to be driven home. See? Change how you do things. Find out more information about them. Hey, how's your day been? And they tell you, and just look at them and just smile. How's your day really been? Oh, got real now. Whole different conversation getting ready to happen when you do that. Most people say, how's your day been? Oh, well, and they say it and you talk over them. Well, let me tell you about my day. And then you just, you've already done it. You've already lived it. How boring is that for you? All you're doing is repeating the same junk you already did. That's boring. You've already experienced it. Find out what they did. Now you can experience something different through them. That's a whole lot more fun than regurgitating all the stuff you did. When you're telling about what you did, only thing you're doing is you're paying off the little terrorist right here to make him feel special. It's your ego screwing with you. Be in it for the other guy. Do them the favor. So when somebody doesn't know, should I go business? Should I go product? I get what you're asking, but I'm trying to make an even bigger point is, if you don't know, you should probably ask. What you've probably been doing if you ask that question is that you're trying to be a billboard. You're trying to be an advertisement. You're trying to sell them something. You're trying to sell them a business, or you're trying to sell them a product. You're asking, which one should I sell first? I'm saying, I don't know. Ask, find out, see what they want, and then add value to them by saying that you got a guy that can fix their problem, and don't try to be the sales guy. I'm not saying anything new tonight from a process perspective. I'm just hitting it from a different angle to try to make the point. Our process is the same. Another thing, write this one down. I saw this one. I really like this one. KEY, K-E-Y, stands for keep educating yourself. That's the key. Keep educating yourself. Find better ways to ask better questions. Go on YouTube and do a search for something in that realm. I promise you, you will find more content than you can watch all week long. And it's free. There's some good books out there on how to do that. Ask around. Ask people. Say, hey, what's a good book that you've read that's helped you with that? How to Win Friends and Influence People is a very, very good one. If you haven't read that one or listened to that one, put that one at the top of your list. But keep educating yourself. Find something that you're lacking in this process. And there's just a couple of steps in this process. Do you know what your why is? Maybe you need, there's a book out there by John Maxwell that talks about that right there. And I actually read that one because I struggled for a long time. I couldn't find the thing. There's plenty of stuff to want out there, but what was the thing that moved me? What was the thing that lit a fire underneath my butt to get me off the couch? I do well in corporate America. I got a pretty comfortable life in what I do. So what's going to get me off the couch to go work my butt off day and night for this thing? I had to find something that motivated. I had to find the thing. I found it. It took me a while. So don't think that's just a given. It's an important step. A lot of people shortchange that. Maybe building your list. Maybe you're struggling with that. There's a lot of great resources out there on how do I build a list. There's books about it. How do I find people? How do I go out and chat with them? There's a thing called, I've actually been looking at this a little bit. It's called Meetup. And it's where you can go and create and become an authority figure yourself locally in your own market and set up an event where people come out and hang out with you for whatever it is you want to discuss. Become the authority figure in this. Be the guy that people want to come to ask you about. So things like that. Keep educating yourself on that. How do I find new people? Keep educating. A list. That's the most, not the most, but it's, if you don't have a list, you ain't got a business. Next thing is, how do I build rapport? How do I ask the right questions? There's all kinds of stuff out there for that. Now, the piquing somebody's interest part, that one's just, you just regurgitate to them what it is that they just said. So what I heard you say was that Susie is having some issues. You just regurgitated what you heard them say. And then you just pause. And they go, yeah, why? You say, you want to fix that? Yeah. What do you got? Well, you're done with the peak. That's all the peak is. And then it's edify and pass. And all that is copy a script and send that over. Well, I need to introduce you to my guy. Let me edify him and let me pass you over to him. Okay, sounds good. Or no, I'm not interested. Cool. Keep being broke or whatever problem you have. Keep having it. I don't care. Then move on to the next person. But those are the steps. So the last two, peaking and passing, there's really not a whole, I mean, that one's pretty darn quick. You're going to figure that one out. If you need help on that, let me know. But those other ones, those are the ones. Keep educating yourself on how to get better at this. Stick around other leaders. Get around other leaders. Don't just listen to me. Listen to a whole bunch of people. Does my stuff work? Absolutely. Guaranteed, bulletproof, documented. It works. But does it work for you? I don't know. That's up to you. If you don't like, I'm good. Go find somebody else or get something from them and from me and put them together and make an even better idea. Guess where all my stuff came from? I stole it from everybody else. Couple, maybe 3 or 4 original ideas, but not too many. I promise you. I'm not that good. I just put it all together. I synthesized it all and said, that works, don't like that. That's absolutely ludicrous. You're a dumbass. I'm not listening to you. And put all the stuff I like together, and that's where I come from. And then you take the best out of what I bring you, and you bring it from some other people, and you make the best out of you, and you leapfrog me. Do I want you to do that? Yes, especially if you're in my organization. I really want you to do that. Okay, so go out there and get it from other leaders as well. Don't just find one person that you get comfortable with. Get somebody that challenges you. I read a lot of books that, I mean, I wanted to, or listening to a lot of audiobooks where I'm like, oh my God, this is killing me. I don't agree with anything this guy's saying. I still push myself through it. Those are where I have the biggest gains, my biggest ahas. When I take something, and that's where I come up with my own things that really come together well in this. And that's usually on the things that challenge me the most that I didn't agree with, but I found and I forced myself to find the thing. If you're finding yourself nodding with everything I say, it might be time for you to go find another leader to learn from. Now, I'm cool with you sticking around and coming around to Power Hour. It's 2 hours out of 168 hours a week. You got 166 hours for some other people. That's cool. That's why I brought Mr. Spencer Wynn on. That's why I love having Miss Sarah Ho come in. Do I agree with everything that Spencer and Sarah do? No, I don't. I love the diversity of what that brings. That's going to cause an even stronger organization. All right, last one I got, and then I'm actually got a whole bunch of comments here. I'm going to pause real fast and check on those. All right, here we go. Yep, people joined in this business just for the tax write-off. Absolutely. $3,500 a month. I'm a Ruby in this company. I love it, Van. Somebody was paying attention last week. Good stuff, sir. Can you suggest some PD in this area? Tracy, let me know what. Okay, somebody got you on that one. Go for no, that is. People with a list problem are focused on the wrong people. Yep. Copy paste. Good. Okay. The other thing that I want to mention is, and this one I thought was pretty funny when I was reading something different, and it said, "Don't fall in love with technology." And as an IT guy who makes my main living from that, that's my plan A for a couple more months here, not too many more. Should be out by the end of the year. We'll see how it goes. For a guy that's in IT, don't fall in love with technology. Here's the other thing. The process doesn't do the work. People do the work. People are the keys to it. Is there a place for technology? Yes. Are there places for tools? Yes. Is using a shovel better than using your hand? Yes. Is using a backhoe better than using a shovel? Yes. Is it the right tool for all the time? No. If I'm trying to take out a small little copper pipe, I don't need a backhoe. I need a shovel to get me close, and then I get down there and I scrape it off with my hand so I don't break the water line. Okay? Right tool for the right purpose at the right time. So make sure you understand the process. Make sure you understand the steps. Make sure you understand what we do. Understand when it's necessary to have the people portion of it. Also understand where there's a part where you can point and you can use technology to cover you. It will be more efficient. Do you have to be the person there every single time? No. Are there times where you have to be there? Yes, without a doubt. So make sure you don't get hung up on the technology side. Can you use technology? Yeah, the meetup thing I was talking about. It's a social media platform to allow people locally that have common interests to get together. Look, that's going to be a hell of a lot harder to do without that technology. But guess what that technology is built for? It's built for people that understand that you still got to do face-to-face. You still got to get one-on-one with people. Now, can you put a radio advertisement out there and get a whole bunch of people? Yeah. Can you do a TV ad and yes. But for what we do, folks, make no mistake about it, we are in the people business. You want to go through and use technology as much as you can, but it will never be a replacement for getting one-on-one, belly-to-belly with somebody and having the discussion with them, having the talk with them, and truly being interested in them. Technology can get you so far. It can get you pretty darn close. I'm literally, right below me in the little picture here is Van. Van is 5,000 miles away from me, and he drove every single one of those when he came down to Dallas. Why did he come down to Dallas? Because he wanted to see everybody face to face. When he came to ILA, drove across 2 countries to get here. A lot of pain, long trip, a lot of obstacles, overcame every single one of them. And he got down here because he understood how important it is from time to time to be able to see face to face. So don't let the technology get in your way. Make sure you guys keep the people foremost. Keep the people foremost. Use the technology to get yourself in front of them the most efficient way as you can, but you still have to have the right amount of discussion with them. Okay? You will build a team of people that will go through war with you. They will go through all the obstacles with you. They will never stop doing this together with you. That's what you're looking to build. You're looking for those people that will stay in that foxhole with you until it is done. When is that? You decide that. You decide when it's done, or they decide, but they will be with you until. That's what you're looking to build. You get an organization of that, folks, it's unbelievable. Spend the right time with the right people. Sort through those people, looking for the right ones. Make sure they're bringing something to the table. And go out there and help other people. Do them the favor. If your business isn't where you want it, how many no's do you have in the last 7 days? That one's a hard one, man. You start looking at yourself in the mirror on that one, and it will come really, really clear to you. If you're not happy with where your business is right now, check that metric first. That metric squared away, then we need to look at some other things. Let me help you with that too. It's not about right or wrong. It's about, is it working or not? Are you getting closer to your dreams or not? Are you getting closer to hitting Ruby or not? If you're not, let me know. If you are and you're making progress, cool. Keep doing what you're doing. Check and see if you can do it faster. See if you can hit one more in there. It's easy. It's easy to get comfortable. It's easy to get comfortable with the grind. It's easy to settle. It's easy to sit there and say, I'm doing the stuff, but you're not getting the progress. Now, I'm not expecting you to have overnight instantaneous success, but if you've been doing this thing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks and you still don't have anybody in your business, then you probably have a process problem. You have a skill problem. Let us check into that too. If you're getting all the no's, Casey, I'm burning through no's left and right. Well, then there's a ratio that it forms. And if that ratio is 0, then you're doing something wrong. There's something that we can adjust to make it better. Let's figure that out. Let's do the review. Let's do the adjustment. Be open for that. That's just what it takes in business. We went too far that way. The Hansons, they went too far with some of the things they changed in the business plan over a year ago. Guess what? They shifted back. They made adjustments. They reviewed. They saw it wasn't doing what they wanted to. Looked good on paper. Looked damn good on paper. Didn't do what they wanted to do. They adjusted. Be up for that, folks. Know there's going to be those ups and downs. All right. That's all I've got. I hope this has been helpful for everybody. I hope this was a little bit different way at looking at some of the same things. Cool. Seeing some thumbs up. So make sure you guys got your tickets. Make sure you got your ticket for homecoming. Make sure you got your ticket for the regional. Make sure you're getting Orlando nailed down. Folks, I'm excited about regional. I really am. We got some good stuff we're putting together. It's going to be an unbelievable regional. And homecoming is going to be out of this world as well. But I can tell you, Orlando is going to be whole next level. It's going to be huge. So make sure you get your new people as soon as they join the business. Make sure you get them and say, look, I know you just got started. I know you plopped down some money to get this thing going, and you're going to have to plop down some more because you got to be in Orlando. And if they start giving you some nonsense, you can use this one. It's a really good one. I heard Mr. Bradford used it in San Antonio. I loved it. Hey, you just signed up for college. Remember when you did that? Yeah. Were books included? No. You signed up for your classes, then you signed up for books. So that's how it goes. So get yourself registered for Orlando. Make sure you got your books to go along with your education, and make sure that that you guys are pushing that. It's up to you as their sponsor, because they don't know any difference. And if you don't set that tone, you're the most important person to them in this business. You're their lifeline. Make sure you're doing them a favor and making sure they get themselves to the big event, because that's where it's made. All right, everybody, I'm going to unmute the line so y'all can say good night. Appreciate y'all being on, and we will see you on Thursday. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.